Leap of faith. Tasha Williams sat at her desk, watching the clock tick with a heaviness in her chest that had become all too familiar. Her cubicle walls were plastered with spreadsheets, performance charts, and polite corporate reminders. Yet, in the bottom drawer of her desk, tucked beneath paper clips and old pay stubs, was a worn leather notebook filled with recipes, business plans, and a dream that refused to die. She had always loved baking. Her grandmother taught her how to fold dough with her hands and pour love into every bite. For years, she fantasized about owning her own bakery. But every morning, she traded that dream for a 9-to-5 she didn't love, just to pay the bills. One rainy Friday, after another thankless meeting and a forced smile, something inside her snapped. She walked into her manager's office and said, "I'm resigning." The words stunned even her. "Tasha, are you sure?" Her manager blinked. "You've been here 8 years. That's not a decision you make lightly." "I know," she replied, her voice steady. "But I've been making safe decisions my whole life. And it's killing me." The following weeks were both terrifying and freeing. With no steady paycheck, Tasha poured her energy into what she called Brown Sugar and Grace, her dream bakery. She rented a small space in her neighborhood, painted the walls peach and gold, and hung up black and white photos of her grandmother in the kitchen. She started with online orders. Cakes, cookies, sweet bread. She delivered them herself, sometimes with trembling hands and prayers whispered under her breath. The first few months were rough. She stretched every dollar, went without sleep, and doubted herself constantly. But word began to spread. Her caramel banana bread caught fire on social media. A local influencer tagged her in a video saying, "Yo, this is the best pound cake I've ever tasted in my life." By the 6th month, lines wrapped around the block on weekends. Her little bakery became a sanctuary, warm music, the smell of cinnamon and butter, and a soft place for her community to gather. She hired 2 young girls from the neighborhood, both of whom had never had a job before. "You're not just baking," Tasha told them, "you're building something. Just like me." 1 year later, a local newspaper ran a full-page feature, "From Cubicle to Cupcakes, How One Woman Baked Her Way Back to Herself." Tasha hung the article on the bakery wall beneath a sign that read, "Dreams rise like dough, when you give them time and the right heat." She didn't have a boss anymore. She had purpose. And every time she flipped the open sign on her bakery door, she smiled, not just because of how far she'd come, but because she finally said yes to the dream that had waited patiently in the bottom drawer of her heart. She didn't just open a bakery. She opened the door to her true self. Because when you give your dream the right heat, it rises. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.